Hello, and welcome to another Rang Rouge unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the BEO.PZ IIC off-map artillery vehicle available to the 2nd Panzer Division. So we already talked about the Panzer II Lukes in unit of week number 160, so I'm going to keep this rather brief. Essentially in 43, the Panzer II was rather obsolete and the Germans wanted a light reconnaissance tank. And so they thought, hey, why don't we just get our Panzer IIs and upgrade them so we can use them as proper light reconnaissance tanks. And so they did, by pretty much changing everything about the Panzer II. Here's a regular Panzer II, and here's a Panzer II Lukes. They look rather different. The Panzer II Lukes kind of went from the Tiger design of boxy tank. And essentially a make over 100 of these things. They'd be used for, as you guessed it, reconnaissance purposes. The other 2nd Panzer Division during Normandy would use these as artillery observers. In battle, the BEO.PZ IIC is an A-phase off-map artillery tank with technically 3 weapons available to it. So its on-map loadout consists of a 20mm cannon and a machine gun. The 20mm cannon is pretty standard from a German standpoint with 4 AP and 9 HE with 800 meter range. And generally got the off-map artillery, which is 173mm artillery pieces. They shoot 15 rounds in a barrage, and each of those rounds has 12 HE damage and 56 meter AOE. If we pop down to miscellaneous stats, 4 frontal armor to it, side turret back, and it is an enclosed vehicle. It has bad stealth, speed of 30 km an hour, and high optics capability. In battle, the BEO.PZ IIC is a really interesting unit for the 2nd Panzer Division on multiple levels. Number 1 is, it's your only artillery unit during A phase. You have no mortars, no mortar half-tracks, no artillery pieces to speak of. It's just 2 BEO.PZ IICs and separate cards, which sounds pretty bad, but not really, as it's a pretty good unit, all considering. So if you take both, which I usually do, you only got 6 off-map strikes. You want to be prioritising knocking out anti-tank guns, as you are going to be using a lot of light armour in the 2nd Panzer Division Retrieve, and a 37mm AT gun will dent your forces quite a bit. And also, if you are going to be attacking a town before you rip in the Stern Pioneers, it can get an A phase, and a good off-map artillery barrage works as well. But you got to consider, you're essentially paying a 55 points for the tank, and then 55 points for the off-map artillery that you can call in. And even if you only kill like 1 6-pounder, you still technically paid yourself off with the off-map. You're probably going to be killing a lot more than just 1 6-pounder, or at least stunning up quite a lot of units so your half-track can rush in and get the surrender. And compared to the regular Panzer II Lukes available to the 9th Panzer Division, you do have half the ammunition, which is definitely a pain in the arse. You got to fit in all those radios somehow. But, big but, you have high optics capability. So it's essentially a recon tank, in a sense, in the artillery tab that can also call in off-map artillery. So it's a lovely little combo, and it's a really good unit, considering you just have to be very careful in when and where you're going to be calling in the off-map. And also, because it still has a 20mm cannon, it works as a rather decent little light tank to bolster your forces. So it's a lovely little all-rounder that can do multiple jobs. It's a recon tank, it's a light tank killer, and it's also an artillery unit, briefly. And yeah, it's awesome. I highly recommend taking both. And I'm going to leave it off at that. This has been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And usual, please just take it easy.